Hi, this is Rayburn Hare. Join with me. Life. If you've been with me a couple sessions here, and really, I think it's fourth, fifth one, something like that. Started in Genesis, talking about Abraham. Continued with the disciples in Matthew chapter 14, feeding thousands, and Jesus walking on water. Constantly, it's a matter of faith and belief. I want to encourage you that when Jesus spoke to Peter and he said, "Why did you doubt?" When Peter was walking on water and Jesus reached out his hand, "Oh, ye of little faith, why did you doubt?" I just want you to know this is what God's doing in my heart. Constantly asking me, "Raymond, why don't you trust me? I can accomplish things if you just believe me." Well, I want you to go with me to John chapter 20. Another fascinating, I've taken you to Genesis chapter 15 through 17, Matthew chapter 14, now to John 20. This really all is in one day. Reading the scriptures in various ways and methods that I use, God had me 3 different places, all one theme, all saying basically the same thing. You think that's accidental? That's how God works. When He's trying to teach me, He just brings His Word together through things I read, obviously the Bible itself, other things I read, just always teaching me. If you're willing to be taught, He will teach. He will teach. Matthew chapter 11, "Come unto me," He says. Matthew 11:27, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me." That's what Jesus says. Learn from me. You come to me to learn from me. I will teach. Listen, He's teaching me. It comes from His Word. He's constantly teaching me. John chapter 20, Jesus has been crucified. They're coming to look for Him in the tomb. Peter, the other disciples, they were going to the tomb. They were running together. Stooping in, looking in, he saw the linen wrappings lying there, but he didn't go in. Simon said, "Entered the tomb, saw the linen wrappings lying there, and the face cloth which had been on his head not lying with the linen wrappings, but rolled up in a place." So the other disciple who had first come to the tomb then entered. He saw and believed. John chapter 20, verse 8. He saw and he believed. You have to understand this is an incredible time in the life of the disciples. They've walked with Jesus. Now Jesus has been crucified. Now He's died. They know He's dead. He told them He was going to rise, but listen, they still struggled with this. This disciple saw it and believed it. They didn't understand. Verse 9, they did not yet understand the scripture that He must rise again from the dead. They still didn't understand it. But I want to go down to verse 17, because Mary, scripture very clear, Mary Magdalene, she's standing outside the tomb weeping. She stooped and looked in the tomb. She saw 2 angels in white sitting, one at the head, one at the feet, where the body of Jesus had been lying. They said to her, "Woman, why are you weeping?" "Because they've taken away my Lord." Don't miss that. Mary says, "I'm weeping because they've taken my Lord." That's what she called Him, very personal. I don't know where they've laid Him. When she had said this, she turned around and saw Jesus standing there. She didn't know it was Jesus. She saw Him, she didn't know it. Jesus said to her, "Woman, why are you weeping?" And then watch what He says to her. Watch what he says to Mary. Whom are you seeking? Who? Not what. Who are you seeking? You know, I've made many comments in teaching about this. Jesus always asked that question. Who are you seeking? Not what, but who. It's always a person, and it's always Jesus Christ. God through His Son Jesus. That is always the answer and always will be. Now, stay with me because I'm going to continue this and try to finish it the next session. So we continue talking about belief. Who do you believe? This is Rayburn Hare. Join with me. Life.